Hi everybody, and welcome to video 6 in our Books and Butterflies series. First of all, I would like to apologize for the noise in the last two videos. I'm not sure what was wrong, but I'm pretty sure I fixed it by unplugging and replugging in the camera. So I figured out the mic was the one making the noise, obviously, or the camera, and so I reset it by unplugging it and plugging it back in, and hopefully that will fix everything. I've tested it a few times and it seemed fine now. So the first thing we want to do is we've just started section 2, and I want you to notice that no matter how we glue it, this sticks up like this. So here's everything we need to do page 1. I've decided to redo it from the front to the back. That way we can see how the thickness is going as we go. Which thickness is not bad, because we're going to tie it down and we need to use up some of the space in our cover, because remember we have 1-inch spines. So we need some thickness, otherwise it's going to look empty when you look at it down from the top into the book. So the first thing we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to fix this. And we may have to do it for every single one. But I think we're going to have to use 2 magnets for this one. Maybe not for the next one, but for this one. Oh, come on. So I'm going to put one here and one here, because I have a feeling that just one is going to make the ends stick up and just the center stick down. So I'm going to put 2, and look, just the weight of the magnets balances it. So, and then we'll just have to work around where the magnets are as we go for each page. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this one to this one. So I need 2 more magnets. Well, that wasn't very smart. They're kind of hard to get apart. I moved my board over so it should be straighter. Remember, tape up. And go over, push the tape down, and then open it back up and finish sticking the tape. I don't know why I used such a big piece of tape on that one. The reason it flies away is because the only one side will attach to the other side. The other side of the magnet will repel. So you have to make sure, that's why we're doing it this way and not just sticking it on here. Plus the positioning. Okay. So now we've got this one down. You can see. Then we may have to do this one, and we may have to do this one. We're definitely going to have to do this one. And we may have to do this one too. So, as you can see, 2, 4, 6. We may have to use 6 magnets just to hold it together before we even do anything else. Okay, so what we're going to do on this one is we're going to cut this paper to fit. Then we're going to put this envelope on the paper. We're going to cut it to fit. Oh, I don't know why I inked that then. Because when you cut it down, it's going to be too big. And then we're going to take this one and how is that going to work? It's not. Darn it. Because this has to be put on there before the paper. Oh, it'll work. It'll work. Okay. So then we're going to hook this one onto the paper on this page. And then we're going to do stuff to all of them. Okay? So the first thing we need to do, oops, let's just leave that on there for right now. And put it on the bottom. Oh no, let's trim it down so that when we test everything, we've got everything the right size. Okay, so this one's going to fit like this. That way we can make the envelope the right size. Make that just a smidge wider. I fell asleep on my arm kind of funny. My hand doesn't want to work right. Okay. Yep, that's going to work for that. And let's ink it so we don't forget when we start gluing envelopes on. And we're going to have to ink all these papers as we go. But I needed a feature on the front that was interesting. But was different than what we had on the other one. We're going to put a window in the bigger envelope. Then I'm going to make some stationery by printing one of these pages onto some coffee dyed paper. And then, well, we need it, don't we? And then we will put that inside the big envelope. Unless I can find, oh, I do have, how big of a window can I put in here? A pretty big one. Okay, now let's paper this first. Okay, 1B front. I had to label them because I was going to have to paper some of them before we put everything together. Let's cut it to size, why don't we? Gosh. Let's see, I want to put a tab. Oh, that's alright, because it'll be up on top of everything else, so I'll still be able to put a tab on the card. Oh no, we're having stationery. Oh no, we're not. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, now we need to re-ink this. Silly me. Now we'll paper it. And we can use this busy pattern on it because we're going to cut a window in it. And so we need a repeating pattern, unless it was a frame. Could have put a window in a frame. Didn't think about that. And why am I doing this when I can do this and see what I'm doing? Can't believe I was having all that trouble, and then I turned it over and laid it right down. I had the sniffles this morning. Okay. It worked out to where we didn't cut the books in half. So yeah, I'm really sorry about the last two videos, and it seems like I fixed it. I've tried 2 samplings and I didn't hear it anymore, so now I know. The only way I'll know actually is if I have a recording that has it. And the only way to know that is to have a recording that has it. So, the noise. I don't know what the deal is. Get this glued down, and we'll cut the window. No, no, no. We have to put this on the paper first, then glue it to the other envelope, then cut the window. So we need to glue this on first. Who's on first? Okay. Now we need to put this glue on here. And that's why we're not having a window on the first one. Well, I didn't want one anyway because we didn't have one on the other one. And I wanted some more pretty paper. There's so much pretty paper in this kit that we can't use if we want to add pockets and stuff that that I really wanted to add. Okay, now when we make this window, we're going to fold this around to the back. Oh, because of this little edge, it's going to fold a little funny. And then we'll put the die inside here, facing to the front. Let's look and see what size we're going to use now. Probably this one. Let me get my pliers. There's these little leftover connectors, and even though they're in the window, it's always better to take them out because they don't have blades on them. Okay, so you want this to face this way. These are always difficult to paper the back. Or the inside, I guess you'd call it. I don't know why I always do that first and then get the crocodile. I mean the Big Shot. Go. And then all that did, besides cut out the window and make us a nice little card, except there was glue. Let's see if we can get it off before the glue dries. There we go. So now we've got this card to go with the other ones. I moved everything over and now I'm not used to not having as much room on my left-hand side. Okay. So it made an indentation here from the flat side of the die, but it cut the window out without damaging this envelope here. And we need to put this back out where it was and not fold it over. See if this piece of acetate's big enough. Let's ink our window. I just realized on my white t-shirt I have a giant splop of coffee. It just figures. Got a pretty good pre-treater though. As long as you haven't washed it yet. It's a pre-treater for first time stains, so you gotta catch them the first time before you wash it, before it gets wet. But I'll definitely be doing all the cards off camera. Getting these short ends is kind of hard. Oh, you know what I did or didn't do? I didn't set paper aside for the inside. I think we were using this for the insides. That doesn't look very good. Well, look at that. Which you only see it when the card's out, but still. Let's go ahead and do this, and then we'll put the acetate in the window. It's pretty wild. Must be left over from one of the other envelopes. Okay, that's going to be our inside piece. Now let's put our acetate in. Where did it go? I know I just had it, and it has a paper clip on it. There it is. And I'm going to put it as close to this edge as possible. Hopefully nothing will get stuck on it. I really do want to see if they have a large one of those. That's Stormy Sky. Okay. Put the glue on this. You guys know this by now. I could have put this window in off camera, but I wanted to show you about this envelope deal here. Okay, let's put the acetate inside. Okay, now we've got this piece that fits in here. All we have to do is glue this front edge. Darn it. I used the wrong one. I had one that was blue on both sides. And I used this one. Oh well. Look, it puts that butterfly right in the middle. I think I'm going to do it this way. Because the only time anything's going to touch this is when you're putting a card in and out. You're putting it in and out from here. So there you go. I think I'm going to do that. Well, I've already done it. Yeah, the only problem is it folded over and pressed from the big shot. It pressed it down, kind of hitched over because it was going over this paper this way. The envelope, the paper, all of it. Okay, so now we're going to put thought I'd lost it there for a minute. We're going to put this on the back of here. See, part of the reason I couldn't hear that noise is because I suffer from tinnitus, and it's a very loud noise in my case, in your ears all the time. and mine is a high-pitched ringing. So I couldn't really hear the sound on the recording until I turned it way up. And then I could hear the noise that you guys were hearing. So I apologize for there being 2 in a row. Tried to put the noise, background noise removal tool in the software I was using on it, so hopefully it muted it down. There was no way to re-record those. Okay, now we want to glue this here. We don't want to glue the envelope shut. Unless we just want to put a shorter something in there, but we don't. So if I can get the glue to come out. Oh, for goodness sake. And then we'll do it on 3 sides of this. I don't know why I wasn't just doing this a regular way. Oh, because I just made the... Oh, no, I didn't. I did, but I didn't. Hopefully that sealed the envelope, which it did. Now we have to do this envelope. This is going to be the front paper on this one. We need to cut this for a side pocket. Okay. Let's do just a little bit. That's why I wrote that note to myself. And I papered this without putting a magnet on. So I'm going to put a magnet on here that will hopefully hold both of these down. And we'll put one on the back of that paper. See, I should have put one on the back of here and then put one behind here for that. And then put one on here that attaches to the other side of this magnet. Because remember, each side each side of the magnet attracts, so you can stack the magnets just like they're stacked in that box. So I'll put this here. Glad I remembered. Now we're going to center this. Okay. And then we'll trim it we'll cut this off the bottom. Oh, well. I'm gonna have to. No, we want to center it this way. We're going to cut it here. I'm going to cut it right here in this black area. I'll have to go by the shininess of the pencil mark. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I like it. I wish I had cut it just a little bit longer. Just making sure, because the paper is smaller, that we've got everything inked far enough over, which it would have to be at this point, but better safe than sorry. We gotta ink this. Okay, make sure we're all right side up. Kind of volcanoed out, so I figured why waste the glue. triple check. I like that. We're going to put this on the back of here. And I haven't planned anything out for the next page yet. Because frankly, I didn't think we still have 20 minutes or 15 or so. So we will do the backs of the envelopes. Or we'll stop 10 minutes early from an hour. It's okay. We still have to glue this on here and glue this on the page. So we're going to need 2 cards. And then 2 cards for the backs of the envelopes. So that means we're going to need a total of 4 cards just for these 2. And then we're going to need 5 cards because we're going to need one for there too. And we're going to make acetate pockets so we can see all of our pretty pictures. So you can pretty much surmise that if you see an acetate pocket, you need to take that paper out to see the paper underneath. Okay. Now let's put this on here. Yeah, it's too late to put the magnet on there. We put the magnet on here. You know, I really don't need that much on there. Why waste the glue? And put the magnet on the back. And then hopefully once we put the cards in, it will still hold. Okay. This overhead projector sheets, and you want to get the higher mil, which is millimeters thick, because you don't want it to be this super thin, flimsy stuff like what's in an actual check envelope. You want it to be sturdier than that. Okay. Let's go ahead and start in the back. We'll mark the width, then we'll decide how tall we want the pocket, and we can just use the measurements on the paper trimmer for that. Let's go ahead and make it 2.5 inches. And then cut it to the width where I marked it. Just going to make this correct, and that one will work over there. There we go. You want to make sure you've got all the pieces of stuff. What is that? Can't. Oh, because it's on the front. How is that much too wide? Okay. It's bizarre. This is the one that fit here. This was the leftover piece. That's why. Let me just re-glue this. I got some of it on the front of the pocket. Fortunately, it's over the brown area, so you won't see it. All right. This one, we'll just fix our mistakes as we go along. You know, we could put it up here, couldn't we? Let's. Okay, and then I think I'm going to just leave this a writing area. There's too much going on. I'm not going to put a card here. I'm just going to leave this as a writing area. We'll put a butterfly or something up there. Okay. Get this glued on here. Well, either it holds or it doesn't. And I haven't put the cards in yet either. See, I made the same mistake. I didn't mark ahead of time where I needed the magnets. And so now, once again, we're suffering from bad magnet placement. If I have to, I can put a magnet in and put a circle over it. You know, a circle ephemera over it. So now you just have to remember, when you put the card in that back pocket, you can see it down here. Okay? So just make sure you don't use something that makes the whole thing look crazy. Alright, so we've got this. Then we got the belly band here. We've got the side pocket here. We have a writing space. We have another side pocket right here. And then we have this beautiful picture on the front. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. And I'll see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.